when a small group of goblins come across a trench coat. Their first thought is, this is it. This is our time to become a real human and live out our lifelong dreams of attending a baseball game?
All right, we've all heard the D&D meme of goblins in a trench coat. A bunch of goblins stuff themselves in a trench coat, make their way around town, just pretending that they're not goblins at all. They're a totally normal human. You shouldn't pay attention to them. Well, today on GrouchCouch and Sidequesters Reviews, we get to take a look at the one-pager Goblins in a Trench Coat. It's a single-page RPG system created by Liamofthegreen, and it's based on the Sexy Battle Wizard system. So if you guys are familiar with that, you might have some fun with it. Check it out.
The book and the price. This single-page RPG is put together fairly well. It's full of simple sketch art that I honestly kind of like. It's got a few different kinds of styles. I would have really liked to see this in full color, and I mean, maybe one day we will, but for what it is, it gets the job done. And this is a free TTRPG, as far as we Sidequesters crew can tell. There are pictures of it pretty much everywhere online, but the creator has asked if you do play this game at any point to do a quick feedback survey to give him some feedback. If you're interested in that, the link to the creator's Twitter and the feedback survey will be in our bio, but it's just simple sketch art. I'm going to go on ahead and give the book and the price, and being that it's free, a 6 out of 10.
Let's talk about story. In this system, you start out your journey as goblins down in the dark depths of the sewers of New York City. You discover a trench coat and basic items, and then it's up to your game master to determine the rest. Across the story, you will be attempting to trick everyone into thinking you are a human while you're trying to experience the human lifestyle. This system presents 12 different scenarios or schemes on a roll chart for your DM to roll for and raises the stakes on unpredictable storytelling. In a good way. With our game, we started with a wholesome story with a journey on the way to see the Statue of Liberty and ended up getting tangled in a bank robbing heist. Anything could happen. My rating for this, 8 out of 10.
Making your goblin. Cheers to continuity errors. Making your goblin is fairly simple. There are 4 things that you get to choose. First, a style, like your personality. Then you get to pick a role in the goblin group and an item for you to use on the adventure. Lastly, and the most important, is a flaw, to give your goblin character. Then you assign a 1, a 2, and a 3 to each one of the stats or actions that your goblin gets to take. Think, do, and talk, which we do cover more in the next segment. Lastly, give your goblin a name. For us in our game, we had Ert, Frumples, and Boblin. Character creation is super easy, but it's also super simple, and there really isn't a lot going on, so for me, 5 out of 10.
Think you can pass yourselves off as a bunch of goblins in a trench coat, eh? Well, you have to learn how to do the abilities first. There's 3 to pick from. You have think, you have talk, and you have do. Say you're being cornered by like a crazed mailman. He's onto you. He thinks you might be a bunch of goblins in a trench coat. So which one are you going to pick? You can try talking to him. Maybe he doesn't buy it. Now it's time to run. The do action might be something to pick from there. You'll get 1d6 for each stat point that you have per category. Say you have a 3 in your do. Now you'll have to roll 3d6. If one of those hits the number that the DM has determined, then you'll pass. It's super simple. It's a lot of fun. You have 3d6s. That's all you need for the table.
The rules. The only real rules this system has is difficulty and fex in 4s, or pwars, or powers. Difficulty straightforward. If you're used to TTRPGs, this should come fairly simple to you. But the harder the task is to succeed on when you roll, the higher the number is that you have to beat. You can succeed on rolls, you can meet rolls, and you can fail rolls. If you meet a roll, you still succeed, but there's a minor twist, and you mark a feck. And if you fail a roll, you get a feck and a fwar. And basically, if your goblin party gets too many fecks, then they lose. They get caught, basically. The game is over. So the object is to not get too many fecks. Your collective feck maximum is 3 times the number of goblins in your party. So for us, we had 3 goblins, so our feck maximum was 9. And then fwars or powers can be spent by goblins to get an additional d6 on any one of their rolls. Only catch is goblins can only have 3 4s at any time. The difficulty system is just difficulty. I don't know anything about that, but the fecks and 4s is actually kind of a neat system that I think is kind of fun. So the rules, 6 out of 10.
Let's talk combat. This system doesn't have any established combat rules at this time, nor did our game really present any combat scenarios. Rating, not applicable out of 10. Let's talk items. Starting out and based on the opening scenario, when you find the trench coat, your crew automatically obtains a wallet, $12, and a Blockbuster card. This helps you convince everyone of your identity as a human. Additionally, the game grants you one more item before gameplay. You can have a yo-yo, a lockpick, a bag of marbles, a rusty wrench, a two-headed coin, and more. There's no set bonuses or skill sets with these items, so you have the freedom to utilize them in your adventure however you wish. My rating for the items, 5 out of 10.
Gamemastering. You are called the Goblin Master. And in this sense, you kind of are the master of chaos. The system is pretty much set up for improv and yes-anding your players over and over. During our play, we played for 2 short sessions. I only had a general idea of where I wanted my players to end up and just a couple of bullet points that I wrote down on my phone the day before. And it went pretty dang great. With the difficulty system spoken about earlier, my advice is to say the difficulty of the role before your players roll, because it makes for some more fun moments. And if you're playing more than one short session, let your effects that your players got roll over to the next session, because it makes it way more fun. You can check out our live play. It's here on YouTube. My rating for Gamemastering in this system is going to be an 8 out of 10, just because it's such easy, good improving sessions.
I'm a huge fan of Goblins in a Trench Coat. I love these one-page systems. I feel like they're great for an afternoon with a bunch of friends on a Discord call, or maybe showing your family how approachable it is to play RPGs. But Goblins in a Trench Coat, it's a little bit different than the rest in the sense that you're co-op. All right, you're all in this together. If one of you goes down, you all go down. So I feel like it's really good for team building. Goblins in a Trench Coat, great. I give it a 10 out of 10.
If you want to check out our live play of this system, check it out in the Sidequesters playlist. You can also get our Session 0 video that is it's unlisted, so you can only watch it from the description of this video to kind of learn how we learned this system. You could watch and learn right alongside of us if you want to. It was a lot of fun. Here on Sidequesters, we learn TTRPGs, we play them live, and then we review them right here on YouTube, and we teach them to you, all right? So if you want more of that, make sure to subscribe and check out the Sidequesters playlist for more TTRPGs that we've learned and played and done over the years. Yeah, Sidequesters Season 2, baby, we're back!